Hobbies, family and friends, and college plans. These are the ingredients used to construct the DNA of the perfect teenager, Hannah Liwai. Fortunately, no other chemicals, similar to chemical X, were added to this concoction. Therefore, Hannah can dedicate her life to the study of human biology. Now, constructing Hannah's DNA isn't as complicated as it seems on the surface. What you first need to do is to get your beaker and add 1 milliliter of family to it, which includes her dad, who was from Hawaii, her mom, who was from CB and graduated here from Yale, her older sister Cecilia, her third to older sister Nora, and her youngest sister Oni. Now, this family doesn't just include human beings, as they also have their 1-year-old dog Buster Bear, who is he was a hanging tree cow dog who is a little over a year old and can be a little annoying sometimes, but they still treat him like the good boy that he is. Now we are going to set aside that beaker and we are going to move on to her friends, which include Noah Walsh, Dara Pitch, Jennifer Mendoza, Megan Wilson, Ashton Saunders, and Dalton McCormick, who all describe her as caring, a mama bear, and a little weird sometimes. Now, once you mix those two ingredients together, you will concoct a very bright and bold red, which represents her love for her friends and family. Now, we're going to set that beaker aside, and we're going to move on to her hobbies, which consist of 1 pipette of puzzles, 1 milliliter of violin lessons, and an astonishing 15 milliliters of ROTC practice. Now, ROTC is very important to Hannah, as one of the most proudest moments of her life. In her freshman year, she won first place overall at the UNO Invitational Drill Meet with her friends. What was it? Oh yeah, every Tuesdays and Thursdays after school, you can find her either practicing marching in the Commons, going to marksmanship, or practicing for Air Force Junior ROTC. At home, however, you can find her dusting off her favorite series, the Percy Jackson series, which she says she hasn't quite read in a while, but it still continues to be her favorite series to this day. Now, when you mix those together, you will be able to develop a very soft yellow and a very soft violet and tie-dye mixture, which represent her favorite colors. Now we're going to push that aside, and we're going to move on to the final ingredient of her DNA, which is her college plans and her plans for the future. Now, this can be the most complicated step, as Hannah herself doesn't even know what she wants to do when she gets out of high school, but she does know that she's very interested in human biology, or any science subject for that matter, as whether it's complicated or it's easy, she's always able to understand it very well. Now, Hannah's level of human biology has been measured to be exactly 20 milliliters, which you will need to freeze for at least 10 hours. And once you do, you will find 2 pieces of her DNA, which is her brochure to her dream college BYU, or a snippet of her future family's DNA, which includes at least 4 kids, 2 of them hoping to be boys because of the lack of brothers in her life. Now, going over these steps is very important, so we don't mess up her DNA. Your first mixture should have been a really bright and red, bold color to represent her love for her friends and family. Your second mixture should have been her hobbies, which consists of her favorite colors, a very light yellow and a very soft purple. And your last ingredient should be her college plans, which include her brochure to BYU and her snippet of her friends and family. And a snippet of her future family. Ugh. Once you mix all those together for at least 17 seconds, you will then have created the DNA of Hannah Liwai. And voila, you've made your first DNA strand. Give yourself a round of applause.